Okay, well, a cosmetics warning. Do you clean your makeup brushes enough? And if you don't clean them at all, you should definitely start. Dermatologists are now warning of dangerous bacteria breeding on uncleaned brushes. Eliza Schwab from Glam Theory Cosmetics is here for more on this topic. Eliza, great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Great to see you too, Holly. Thanks for having me.
Now, what are the dangerous impacts of not actually washing makeup brushes?
Yeah, so makeup brushes harbor not only the buildup of cosmetic that you're using on the makeup brushes, but also bacteria, oils from your face, and you're basically just keeping it in your makeup brush if you don't wash it, which a lot of people don't.
Yeah, it's so funny, isn't it? Because when I was reading that, what our interview was about today, I actually asked just the people in the office and they're like, no, I don't wash it. So it's so interesting and it's surprising, I reckon, how common it is as well. So just break it down for us. How often are you supposed to be washing your brushes? And is there a correct way to do it?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to preach that you probably should be doing it once every, 2 weeks, absolute max. It also depends how often you're wearing makeup and you're using them. But I know we aren't all perfect, and I'm first to say that, I don't clean them as much as I probably should, but definitely, once every 1 to 2 weeks for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And this has been a warning for me as well. I need to start doing it more often as well, I think, because there actually are really serious consequences to it from that bacteria that can breed on there. I was reading a story where a girl was actually paralyzed, right?
Yeah, crazy. So yeah, the level of bacteria that can stay inside those brushes is, exponential, really.
Yeah, and this is, I guess, what has inspired you to start your business. Tell us how it works and what void you are filling.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a makeup artist, and last year during COVID, obviously, and I mean still to this day, can't operate my usual service-based business, so decided to launch a range of makeup brushes. I've always been very particular about my makeup brushes and the types of fibers and etc. that I like. When I was developing this range of makeup brushes, though, I realized very quickly that I needed to provide the product to clean them, to keep them, lasting really long, to keep them nice and clean, etc. So I developed the Solid Deep Clean Brush Balm. It's basically a soap in one side. It smells like watermelon. I wish I could show you guys through the camera how good it smells. And then it's got the textured matte in the other side. So it's kind of like a two-step process. You lather up the brush with the balm in one side and then use the textured matte to kind of work the product in through the actual pores of the bristles of the brush and then rinse off underwater. It's pretty simple.
Oh, how good is that? And you know what? Everyone loves something that is just simple and easy to use as well. Let's go back to your industry prior to COVID. Do you think we'll ever get back to that stage where makeup artists were, it's obviously a very face-to-face industry. Do you think it will ever get back to how it was?
Look, I really, really hope so. I think events are definitely, I remember being shut down because events were like the first thing to kind of go when the restrictions first came in way back at the start of 2020. And then, still to this day, we're super affected. But there is so much, I think everyone is so keen to get back out and, start going to weddings and all of that stuff again. So I'm sure when we get to that stage, the, demand will increase tenfold.
Oh,
Hopefully.
absolutely. Yeah, fingers crossed. Now, speaking of when we do start to reopen and everything gets back to normal, do you have any other products that you might be working on or wanting to expand into?
So I've got a whole heap of new brushes on the way and vegan alternatives to the current brushes that I have on the market, because that's definitely something that's in high demand at the moment. And then hopefully down the track, a few makeup products as well, which is super exciting.
Yeah, indeed. And I guess now the world is your oyster as well, being all online and everything. You've got a global audience now. Speaking of vegan brushes, how does that all work? Because I know a lot of big beauty brands are now moving into that space.
Yeah, so I'm definitely personally, I love my natural goat hair brushes, which a lot of our brushes are, and that's my personal preference. All of our brushes are cruelty free, but I do know that some people would prefer the full vegan. So at the moment, I'm working with my manufacturer to find a really good alternative fiber that is still super soft, that still picks up just as much of the product and disperses it just as evenly onto the skin. So we've looked at different types of fibers like corn fiber, to try them out and see, what works best.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Now let's talk about logistics in actually getting a business started during such a time of uncertainty. How difficult was that for you?
Yeah, the process was definitely a lot more in depth than I thought. And then, still to this day, I launched, it's actually my 1 year anniversary today since I launched the
Yeah.
brand.
Congrats.
But it was, thank you. So even to this day, I'm still like, oh my God, there's just so much more that goes into a business than what you would expect. And you don't realize until you start. But definitely the logistics of not only do you have to pay for the product, you have to pay for the shipping of the product to you and then the shipping out, and all of the, advertising and everything that a brand can't sell without advertising. So all of those things have been hurdles that I've kind of had to face, but that's kept me super occupied during lockdown and kind of kept me having a purpose, which is amazing. And, the silver lining of staying in lockdown is I get to focus on this business more, which is exciting.
Incredible. Now, we're showing footage there of your social media platform online. How big of an impact has social media been in growing your business?
Oh, insane. I'm starting off first as a makeup artist. My whole kind of clientele was built purely pretty much on Instagram. I do have a traditional website now, but most of my clientele was coming through Instagram. And so when I went to launch the cosmetics business, it was just, same kind of textbook approach, which has worked really, really well. I think it's an amazing way to reach such a broad audience. And even I've had people purchase our products from the US, which is just insane when you think about it, the kind of reach that you can have so quickly.
Yeah, indeed. Do you guys use TikTok as a platform as well? Because I feel like the products that you guys are working on is right up TikTok's alley.
Yeah, yes. So I have done quite a bit of TikTok. It's such a commitment though, having to consistently post. I do need to get on it and do better with that, to be honest. But yeah, we've been doing a lot of TikTok, and that's where I've seen a lot of my kind of American customers coming through, which is really awesome.
Eliza, great stuff. Congratulations. Thanks so much for joining us. Such an important topic.
Thanks so much, Holly. See you later.